Maelstrom Air Force Base in Montana back in 1968 when the UFO came up over the Minuteman site and shut off all 10 of the Minuteman missiles. And Arnie Arnoldson was the guy that called NORAD about it and said, that we've got this the craft of some sort that's come up over our site and has closed off all of our missiles. And they said, are you trying to file a UFO report? And he said, yes, I am. And they said, well, that's interesting because both the Minuteman site to your west and to your east have both reported the same thing. They've had their missiles shut off too, which people don't know about, don't talk about. But I talked to Colonel Arnoldson. But it was fellows like that who insisted upon going forward that would be ordered to get a psychiatric exam. And so a number of them had been sent to Harvard Medical School to get this kind of top-level psychiatric exam. And John Mack, being the chairman of the department, was actually tasked to do that. So he did that, and as he told me later, he said, I did all the interviews with them and did all the tests.
This wasn't by choice.
No. They were ordered to do it. And so when John said,
I mean him, but it wasn't his choice to interview these people.
Well, no, they were sent there to be tested. And my guess is that he, as the chairman of the department, had some discretion in who would be assigned to actually do the exams, and so he chose to do those.
Do you know if before he started interviewing these people, these military people, if he had any sort of interest in this topic before that?
No, he did not.
Okay,
he did not. He had no. He assumed it was all nutty, actually, and he actually suspected that these guys had something wrong with them. And he did the interviews, and then he said, but each one of them tested out to be within the normal parameters of normalcy, and yet they had this story that they kept insisting upon going forward with, and they felt compelled to talk about it. And were ordered to be silent about it. And so he actually called his mother. John, who was like, I don't know, probably 60 years old at that time, but he called his mother, who was like 90 years old, and tells her about this. And she said, oh, well, you should go see the Hopkins boy. They were the family friends. The Mack family were family friends with the Hopkins family. And she said the Hopkins boy has been interviewing a lot of people who believe that they've seen these UFOs or had direct contact with the pilots or the occupants. And so he ended up calling Bud Hopkins and getting to talk to Bud, and Bud sent some other people to him. Police officers and, teachers and lawyers and librarians, people who were